They say that the infield of the velodrome is really the nerve center. Connie spent a little time down there and came back with this report.
Inside the concrete walls of the velodrome is the infield. This is where cyclists from all over the world receive last-minute instructions, warm up, and prepare for the biggest event of the year. Amid the chaos, each rider finds his own piece. The trainer must be equally fit to loosen these bulky muscles. Where does he think he's going? Looks like nowhere for now. There are quiet times and times for laughter. How about a little soft shoe? Perhaps a letter of encouragement from home.
Spoza se nemusíte stydět tam chodit mezi těma nejvyššíma.
Ten první den byl ošklivý.
And the common language of the infield is national pins for trade.
Claro, en Arequipa va a ser, que va a ser la mejor pista del mundo.
With teams from over 60 nations gearing up to win here, there will be sadness and there will be joy. Every athlete prepares differently for their time on the track. There is pain, anticipation, and many questions left to answer. The bell signals one lap to the finish, and it's back to the infield again.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into the match sprints, and earlier Connie Carpenter-Phinney had a chance to take an inside look.
Match sprinting requires intense concentration. Connie Paraskevin talks about it.
And it's really, it's like anything, you know, you have to practice, or I have to practice at my concentration as much as I have to practice at my speed or anything else. It's really important to be able to keep that concentration over a 2 or 3 day period. And it really, that's part of what, when people say, you know, you're an experienced rider, we're really talking about that too, being able to hold that, you know, for a longer period of time.
Though the winner must rely on speed to win, the strategy also calls for slowing down, while the riders jockey for position. Standing still or balancing is done to force the rear rider to the front. It's a game of cat and mouse, and these strategies don't always work. Getting to the front and staying there pays off in the last furious and fast 200 meters.
Connie Carpenter, tell us about Keirin racing on the velodrome.
Well, Keirin racing is kind of foreign to Americans. It originated in Japan and has been in the World Championships only for a few years. It's an event where the riders are actually brought up to speed by a motorcycle and then kind of let loose to sprint furiously for the last lap and a half, and it's a mad dash to the finish.
And here's Bruce Jenner reporting on some of that action.
Now in the Keirin race, the pace bike stays out on the track, but when it leaves, they start racing. But it seems like pushing and shoving and falls seem to be the rules more than the exception, as on the pace lap, Dazin of Italy went down hard, and Takazawa of Japan went right over top of him. As the officials come over to Takazawa of Japan, they find out that he is seriously injured and he's got a broken collarbone. Right in the center of your screen, as we look on the slow-mo, Mark Whitehead in the dark blues. Actually, his back tire is clipped by Dazen of Italy. Dazen goes down. Takazawa of Japan goes right up over the top of him, goes down very hard. Meanwhile, the other Japanese rider tries to go high. He slips out. Down he went. So both Japanese riders were out of the race, and Dazen of Italy out of the race. But in Keirin racing, even with a crash, the racing doesn't stop. On the final turn, it was Vartan of Belgium making his move, and a beautiful move it was. As he comes off the final turn, sprints to the finish. Gibkin of West Germany tries to make a move in the white, but doesn't quite have enough time. So Vartan wins the Keirin race in an exciting finish.